does for Kentucky and what the proposition
Well,
is tonight?
again, when they shoot the ball like that, we're the ones that need to make 11 threes. We're the ones that need to be doing that. But they shot it well. Again, it was my fault. We probably should have started switching a little bit earlier, trying to take that away from him. We got a couple of them in transition we didn't get back. And at one point in time, we started, we were switching 1 through 4. Then at the very end, we really just put a small lineup out there and started switching everything. That's my fault. I probably should have done that earlier. But the fact is, they played well. I said coming in here, you take away the Kansas game, which I thought they really had a great chance to win, and we obviously played a great game, our best game of the year. But you go back and look at the scores, they have been playing terrific. I felt coming into our game in Knoxville, they were really starting to find themselves, and it's really impressive with the way I think John's got his team. Just they really understand their roles. They really have, they're just really, the chemistry's great, and they know what they're looking for. And when you get coming in, we knew that, again, you look at a guy like Tyler Eules, who he's terrific. He controls the game. He does so many things. And you've got to believe he and Jamal Murray are going to get theirs. What you hope is that you can't let a guy, like Willis break out like he does. You first two, they do enough that they're going to get theirs. You just can't let third or fourth guy get going, and that's what happened.
Rick, the Kentucky's on quite a streak from the perimeter. How much is that, do you think, a contagious thing that it builds on itself game to game?
Well, I think it does. I mean, I do, and we know, because we've had games where when we get going, and we have games when we know we're not scoring well, but we have a hard time putting it inside a lot, doing something to break that rhythm. I think they take good shots. I think they play the way John wants them to play, and I think he's got a terrific point guard that just and defensively they're not going to give you anything easy. Eules affects the game that way. They did a great job on punter tonight. They were just working so hard to keep him away from the right side of the court, and KP's got to make that adjustment, and because he can't go left, he needs to do it more. But they worked hard at really trying to slow him down early, and our guys fought to stay back in there. And every time we thought we could get it close, they hit a big three and got some offensive rebounds in the second half that really hurt us too.
Rick, back here. Back here, Rick.
Rick. Okay.
Yeah.
Back there, there was a long way back there.
Someone's going to be back here.
Yeah.
Moore's played tonight. He led you guys in scoring and rebounding, block shots. Not a bad player that you have there. Speak about his play tonight and what he gave us.
Well, all year, Armani and Kevin Punter, we've just put so much on them. And what we said coming into this game, and you go back and you look when we play our best basketball, we've got more coming from Robert Hubbs. We've got more coming from Admiral Schofield. I think it's really neat watching Shabari Phillips. I loved his demeanor tonight. I thought he came in here and was really poised. I thought Kyle Alexander too. I mean, Kyle has literally been playing 3 years of basketball. He was on the same team with Jamal Murray, and he didn't play very much. And for a guy that's only played competitive basketball for 3 years, he's doing everything that we could ask him to do. But we need more guys. Armani we put so much on him, to defend and rebound, and he is a big time competitor too. And again, and sometimes my frustrations, I kind of take it out on him because we want to win and we just expect so much from him. But when you look at it, when it's all said and done, you look at what he does, and he does it out of just sheer determination. But he and Kevin both need more consistent help from their teammates.
Coach in the middle, what was the biggest difference in the second half with them on the boards and with the open three-point points they got?
Well, transition early, Dietrich early in transition, I don't know why he was leaving the ball, and they don't. A couple of them with Willis, he didn't, like a typical post guy, run down the middle of the floor. He ran to the wing, they found him, and those plays in transition, and kind of like broken open court plays, you've got to match up with whoever. We did a poor job with that. And then, like I said, when they were going to their side ball screen action, which they do a lot of, I should have them switching earlier probably to try to take that away from them. But they moved the ball well. They did, and they moved the ball. They spaced it, and it goes back. I think you got to give them a lot of credit. I just think that John's got them truly understanding what they have to do to be the best team they can be.
Coach, any update on Devin Bachman?
He was back there getting x-rayed when I walked in here. You know, he's had that problem before. You know, they thought it might have popped out on him, which has happened in practice some, but he's had to deal with that for the last couple of years.
Kentucky's been, as you know, searching for a post presence. How well do you think they compensate for that without having it right in there?
Well, again, I think John's doing a good job trying to build a little bit more of that into what they're doing. I mean, there was a difference when he threw it to post when we had Kyle in there. You know, Kyle was made a little bit more difficult. Now, they made a couple post moves where, again, they took advantage of trying to throw the ball in there against Admiral Schofield, and you would expect a guy that big to score over top of him, but I think that they still, you look at it, points in the paint. I count those baskets where Murray and Yules get down the lane. To me, those are points in the paint too. I mean, just as effective as throwing the ball to a post player there. But just like we're continuing trying to develop our young guys, I think John's trying to do the same thing. But again, I just think they really understand their roles. Each guy that goes in the game really understands what's expected of him. I think that's a sign of a team that's starting to figure it out.
Rick, right here, two things. Is that what you're trying to sell to your guys, figuring out that role and executing it, and also how tough is the turnaround tomorrow with LSU?
Well, again, they're kids. We got to bounce back. It doesn't matter what it is. We have to do it. I still think, like where we started the second half with like, for instance, we want Armani driving the ball, but he's got to pass it out, and that's what we said at the halftime, that he's going in there and he did create some good things, but they were collapsing so much because I think people know that he doesn't want to, and those are the plays that we've got to get better. And when we went to a driving game and we still don't make the next pass, and Kentucky did a really nice job of that tonight, making the extra pass and a couple really, I thought we did a good job with our out of bounds execution. We thought we could score from there, and we did, and we thought we could create some problems, maybe trying to get them when they would get the ball in, but we still made too many plays at the wrong time to let it get away from us. And then they hit some timely threes when we kept on our guys. We're 2 possessions, 2 stops away to get them a little bit uncomfortable, but they went down and made the plays they needed to make.
Ricky, you talked about Kentucky keeping a punter away from the right side of the floor. Was that something that other people have done to him, or was that something unique to what happened tonight?
Again, they did, and again, I mean, he can play off the left side. He's done that a lot this year. I mean, I don't know why he was so locked into feeling like he had to go to, I don't know, because he's actually very good going to his left, and he actually shoots the ball better with his pull-up game, but he shows some toughness. So he's got a little problem with his ankle that he's trying to fight through, but it goes back where, I mean, I love the kid. I mean, he's trying as hard as he can, but John and them obviously says, hey, he's going to go left all night long, and we told him to quit fighting, just go left. Just go left, and that's play.
How tough of a loss would Balk be if he's out for a little bit? Obviously, he's a guy who's been up and down scoring-wise, but he's been in the lineup all year.
Well, that's why you got to be excited about, really about what Shambari's doing. I think Dietrich can do some of that. But our team, we're so interchangeable, whether we put Hubbs out there at the 3 or Admiral, we can interchange, and we can overcome that right there. The problem is when we lose our 7-footers. That was a joke.
Coach, you guys only had 5 assists tonight. Was that Kentucky's defense? Was the ball getting stuck and not moving like you wanted it to?
Well, I mean, you look. I mean, they're a good defensive team. They, in the first half, I think what did they shoot in the first half? Around 40% and 30s. Yeah, they're good defensively. But I did feel like the ball was sticking some, and at the start of the game, we weren't, again, great offensively because we're not a half-court grinded-out type team. That's not how we play our best. We need to get going and get some early things in transition, and that's where Kevin wasn't attacking his space on the floor the way we needed him to. I mean, they were doing a good job, but when they were switching out with the big guy, we were wanting him to drive the ball, and he just kept settling. We have a couple different actions we do in transition. He just kept settling for the same one every time, and we weren't getting a lot out of it. But I think you got to give Kentucky credit with that's what I love about playing teams twice, and that's what makes league play so impressive and so hard. A round robin, those second games are hard. mean, they're hard. I mean, the first one, and there's going to be adjustments from game to game, and John and his staff did a great job, obviously, knowing what they wanted to take away this time, but that's why I wish there were more than just 3 home and homes in our league, because I just think it makes it great, and I think it also helps you get ready for postseason play, because you play somebody twice, you know the different adjustments that can be made on you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.